Hello, hello, my beautiful soul tribe. Welcome to the channel Ascend with Me Tarot. My name is Dawn. I'm here to do a general collective reading. I say general collective, but it is going to be geared towards the divine feminine collective, which that's who you are. You are divine feminine. If you're my collective, that's the energy that, I tend to pick up on. So, anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started. Before we do start, I just want to tell you guys thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support. I love you guys so very much. And yeah, so we're going to ground ourselves. If you'd like to join me, just listen to the tone and take you a few deep breaths. Center your energy, calm your mind for just a moment, and then we'll get started. All right, let's see. Okay, so I do want to start. I have this deck that I haven't really pulled out much, but it's called Oracle of Mystical Moments. So I just want to see the energy of our collective. What is the focus of our energy currently? Okay, and we'll build a reading from there. Father God, Holy Spirit, beautiful archangels, ancestors, higher beings, I ask that you please bring forward a message for my Soul Tribe Collective, a message of truth, clarity, healing, confirmation, encouragement, or enlightenment. And I thank you for this opportunity to tap in. I ask that you please give me clear discernment as I receive and interpret these messages for the collective. And I thank you. Please give my collective clear discernment as they receive and interpret the messages that are for them. And I thank you. Archangel Michael, please put a white light of divine protection around my energy, the energy of my collective, and the energy of this reading. Archangel Raphael, please clear and connect our heart chakras to your healing energy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, ancestors. Spirit team, thank you. Amen. All right, let's just go ahead and see, collective, what is your energy? This is going to be geared towards divine feminine, but we're going to pull your energy and the energy of someone. Oh, sunny day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. That's what I'm hearing in my head. Oh, happy day. All right, so let's read about the sunny day, divine feminine. This is your energy. It speaks of new beginnings, luck, and optimism. Oh, I love it. It says, a woman with a dainty umbrella sits on a red mushroom and watches the sunrise over the horizon. How nice it is to welcome a new day, especially with 3 little talismans of good luck. The ladybug. 3 little talismans of good luck. The ladybug. Okay. Embrace new beginnings. Let us forget yesterday's worries and regrets. Don't allow the past to linger in today. All the moments in this day are brand new, never seen before or since. You have the power to make good things happen. You can make today your lucky day. Ooh, I like that, divine feminine. Wow. So, it speaks about everything we've been through in regards to decluttering the past, right? Spirit talks to me all the time about decluttering the past. And so not focusing on the past. I want to pull my fortune cookies out. Hold on. Spirit just told me to get my fortune cookie box out, which I haven't done in a while either, but I got a lot of different fortune cookies in here, and we're gonna pull some energy that Spirit wants to, they're saying stay optimistic and, focus on your blessings and what's right in front of you in this moment right now. Yesterday is done and gone, and tomorrow hasn't arrived yet, right? So all we can do is focus on this moment and use it for the highest potential of knowing you're blessed. Staying optimistic, looking on the brighter side always. You know, I have a book and it talks about, you know, having your mind clear and close to God, basically. And it says that whenever we fall in despair or worry or fear or doubt or anxiety, any of the lower energies, then we're closer to the pit than we are to the heavenly realms, right? It's like the more you worry, the more you doubt, the more you fear, the more anxiety you allow your mind or your, you know, to run away with, the closer it brings you to the pit of despair. It's called the pit for a reason, right? But I feel like those days are behind us, Divine Feminine, right? You've gotten the tools. You've acquired the tools and the understanding and the wisdom to know how to manifest with your highest potential here, okay? Is what I'm getting. But let's just pull a couple things here, Spirit. I got my eyes closed. I'm just going to pick some energy. You are free, Divine Feminine. You're free. You're free from that pit of despair, baby. And then we've got 2 small jumps and sometimes better than one big... Okay, 2 small jumps are sometimes better than one big leap. So it's been baby steps, right? It's step by step. You know, this healing, this new perspective, this new energy that you're in, okay? It didn't happen overnight. Right? It took these small steps. Some people, maybe it does happen that way. But with the part of the collective that I'm picking up on, it wasn't an overnight leap, okay? It was a step-by-step, you know, elbows in grease, working hard type energy. And then we've got, you will move to a wonderful new home within the year. Wow. So that speaks about changes coming in within the year. Beautiful. Let me just kind of set those aside. I just wanted to pull a little extra energy on what's up. So you're free. You're free from despair. Okay, you're free from... It doesn't mean, you know, life doesn't happen and you don't, you know, still experience things that will need your wisdom, right? Situations and you know, so-called problems, I guess, right? That, you know, life's full of ups and downs, but it's how you handle the ups and the downs that you've learned, right? You've been taught how to be in the ups and how to be in the downs and not let it phase you, how to be balanced, right? How to walk that line between and not let it change who you are or your energy as you face each and every new day, no matter what that day may bring, right? It's kind of what I'm getting. So let's talk about some more energies. Spirit, what do you want to talk about with my beautiful collective today? Healer of the ages and speaking your truth, being bold, I'm hearing. So being bold and speaking up for yourself, speaking your desires into existence, speaking your truth, okay? And healing, speaking up about your pathway of how you've healed. How have you healed your heart, Divine Feminine? What has your experience been? Yes, you speak about your experience. You be bold and you speak your truth around your experiences, but in a way of healing, right? Not in a way of complaining or oh, poor pitiful me and needing attention or anything like that. Like when you're out here speaking about your experience and your healing path, you're truly doing this from a place of healing, a place of wanting to bring awareness into the collective or into, you know, your family or your friends, whoever you're speaking to. It's almost like you know that you've took these lessons, you've took these hits along the path, and you want to try to put the information out to those around you so maybe they can avoid those certain lessons, right? They can, you know, you give them the information, they can learn and skip that lesson by just, you know, learning from your wisdom. And some may still need to go through certain lessons because a lot of us, I know me personally, I'm stubborn. So people can tell me till they're blue in the face on certain things. But until I experience it myself, like, you know, I won't actually get it. But it's still good to have the wisdom from another. That way when I do face certain things, I'm like, okay, now that makes sense, right? I can put 2 and 2 together. Some people will take your wisdom and you know, bypass certain parts of the path that you had to walk, and some may not, but either way it's still good to pass on your wisdom. Spirit saying it's, you know, I'm seeing this crone energy, like the crone energy, the wise elder woman of the group, of the family, right? That's how Spirit's perceiving you in the moment, and that's how I feel like others perceive you. You have a lot of real life experience that you know is that can help the collective, that can help those around you. But anyways, let's get some more energy for the Divine Feminine Collective to talk about. But what I just said, speaking your truth, this came out again, right? So you're boldly speaking your truth, right? Your words are not dictated by another, okay? Your words are your experiences, your truth, and doing that with confidence, speaking that with confidence and boldness, and from a place of love is what's been required of you, and that's exactly what you do. Even if you don't have it all figured out, Divine Feminine, right? You still, you may even like speak things about that, like, this is my experience. No, I don't have it figured out, but this is what I figured out so far. Take it or leave it kind of energy, right? But the more that you speak about what you've been through, but stay focused on this energy of, oh, sunny day, that's why people are watching, right? They're admiring you, Divine Feminine, because of what you've been through, because of what you speak on, because of what some of them may have witnessed that you've gone through, right? You speak your truth around that, but you don't let it phase you. You take your small steps. Nothing's happened quickly for you. It's not like that leap, right? It's small steps. But as you step along this path, your focus is, oh, sunny day, oh, happy day, right? Oh, happy days, right? And so as you, it's almost like your experience and who you portray, the energy you portray, you put out to those around you, and like your experience of what you've been through, they don't, it's a conundrum I'm hearing, it's an enigma, because it doesn't match up, right? It's like, that's what I'm getting. It's like your experience, you shouldn't be in this oh sunny day energy. How? People want to know how. How are you free? What steps? How did you get through, A, B, C, or D, that experience that should have broke you? That should have buried you in that pit of despair. How did you move through that, Divine Feminine? How are you still standing up straight and bold and bravely and beautifully? Everybody talks about masculine energies, and they're these warriors, and they go to war and they fight in wars, and they have that warrior energy, but the true warrior lies within the Divine Feminine, and it's a quietness, right? It's that quiet feminine warrior energy that no matter what you face, Divine Feminine, you know you're going to be okay. You know that you're going to come out on the other side with strength and wisdom and ammo to add to your bag of healing, right? Not ammo to add to your weapon of destruction, but you add this experience as ammo to your bag of healing, your wisdom, your truth that you can put into the collective. And that's beautiful. Let me take a drink of my coffee, y'all. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing. Let's go to some more other decks here. Oh yeah, you got a lot of appreciation. Look, that's on the bottom. A lot of people appreciate you for speaking your truth because you're giving them strategy, Divine Feminine. You're a teacher, baby. Okay? So, you're not just sitting back taking the hits and acting like you're the only one in the world that's ever going to experience whatever you've experienced, right? You know that we all experience things, and so you're using it to benefit yourself and those around you. That's what I'm seeing. All right, so let's see anything that Spirit wants to make us aware of. Hold on, y'all. Excuse me. And my throat is like starting to kind of itch a little bit, so that always is a sign of either somebody that needs to speak their truth, but I don't think that's you, Divine Feminine, because Spirit's saying that you are. So I feel like that's referring to others who would rather you keep quiet, right? Others who, maybe even elders, who feel like, you don't know what you're talking about, or why are you out here saying this or saying that? Why are you giving these people hope, right? Why are you encouraging this or encouraging that? That's not how life is. That's not how my life was. But that's because they didn't take the chance to apply their lessons, right? They didn't take, look, you're stepping into destiny. This card ain't even supposed to be in this deck. Look, you got destiny and prosperity begins. We're just going to set that one right out over there. Okay? And because of your transformation, look, these were mixed in with this deck. It's not even supposed to be in there. So your transformation is bringing in prosperity, and it's moving you towards your destiny, right? And a lot of, maybe you've had a lot of resistance along your path from, elders or the older generation who, they, think about it. In the older generation, you never talked about what you went through. Everything was hush hush behind closed doors, and but it was the proper thing to do. You don't tell people what you're going through, right? People don't need to know your business or the abuse that goes on behind the closed doors, right? But there was no growth and no change. That was a generation that was literally stuck in their ego and the way others might view them. So they wasn't, applying their experience and their lessons for the next generation, which has been us. So we had to go out there and take those same hits that they took, right? We had to repeat the same lessons that some of them went through, when that could have been avoided if they would have just used their wisdom. Some do. I'm not saying all haven't, but for example, right? If instead of hiding behind closed doors and trying to pretend that everything was a happy day, if they would have just truly just kind of spoken their truth of their experience, then a lot of the lessons we may have gotten to avoid, but hey, it went the way it went. But the difference is, Divine Feminine, your destiny, you're bringing prosperity, you're bringing transformation for the generation that's coming after you, right? You're not going to sit back and hide behind closed doors and act like everything's okay 100% of the time. That's not reality. Reality is that life has its ups and it has its downs, okay? And that's for everybody, right? So why not speak your truth? Why not give the next generation a game plan and prepare them for the truth of what life is? That it's normal, that it is up. There are ups and there are downs. That's normal. The key to having a successful life is to have a strategy, to know how to move through the storms, how to keep your energy balanced within self as you move through different situations when it pertains to your life and the path of growth. Because we're not just here to live a life, we're here to grow and expand and know more of ourselves and more of the divine, more of the divine connection, right? Give me 1 second. Let me get my dog, y'all. He's acting silly. All right, guys. So I got distracted with my dog, so I forgot where I was. So we're just going to get right back into this. So we've got strategy, appreciation, you speaking your truth. So let's look into those energies. What is the... Look, and your heart chakra, you've cleared the past away. You've decluttered your past. You've cleared away the attachments from past generations and past experience that would have you have your heart closed off, right? Have you in that negative energy, only focusing on your experience and not the journey, right? Focusing on the past. The past is a necessary part because there's always going to be the past, right? But it's called the past for a reason. You passed it. You're past it. Or you pass by it. You go through it. You pass it by. You let it go. You take what you can from it, the experience, the wisdom from it. But you don't hold on to the energies of the past, because that will kind of keep you bound. But you're no longer bound. You're free, right? You're free, Divine Feminine. What about strategy, Spirit? What can you say about this? So there's an appreciation. You're a goddess. Oh my goodness. You're a goddess, okay? You express your divine feminine energy, embrace its magical intuition and its nurturing qualities. That's the strategy. That's who you are, divine feminine. This is what you put into the world. You never lose your goddess potential, your goddess energy, your nurturing qualities, no matter what. You're the true warriors, divine feminine, okay? Because yours is an inner battle, right? It's that inner war. And it's for your heart. It's for your perceptions. It's for that nurturing goddess energy that resides within you. That's what the true battle is. Can they turn you cold? Can they make you a negative Nancy in this world and take that goddess energy from you so that you don't go out and nurture those around you, so that you don't impart the wisdom, right? That's what it's been for the divine feminine. It's been a war within ourselves against principalities, you know. That's what it's been. But your strategy is to continue to be this beautiful goddess energy, which is your essence, who you are. Yeah, opening up your third eye chakra and be willing to forgive the past. That's what it's coming down to. Your willingness to forgive the past and know that you're safe no matter what. Okay, it says it is safe for you to see the energy of love in all its forms, such as angels, auras, and visions. Okay, but just staying focused on the energy of love despite the past experiences. Okay, that's the strategy. That's the key. You speaking your truth around these situations, speaking your experience, you know, speaking on what you've gained, not the stuff of the past that would want to hold you back, right? But focusing on, okay, for example, if you're talking to one of your children and you see them going through a similar situation you've gone through, right? You don't, even if you handled it a different way, right? You know the wisdom of how things you may have handled in the past, what you should have done. You kind of got that wisdom now because you handled it the wrong way, right? So you're not beating yourself up for the way that you handled past situations, or you may have done it, but you had to go through that, right? You had to go through it that way so you could gain the wisdom of what you needed to pass forward. So instead of beating yourself up and blaming yourself and thinking you're some low negative this or that, right? Or that you made mistakes. You may have made those mistakes, Divine Feminine, but mistakes are opportunities for growth. They're opportunities to gain wisdom and learn, right? So that you can impart it onto your children that are coming after you. So you know how to give the insight and the wisdom. You may see them going down that same road, repeating things of the past here, but you can recognize it in them because you went through it, right? And so you also know how to give them the wisdom. Some may listen and follow your wisdom and you know, be like, avoid whatever that lesson may have been, but some may be stubborn like I was, and you know, you still impart the wisdom, but you have to let them go through their own experience. You can't control that, Spirit's saying, right? But by you just imparting that wisdom when it's time for them to get it, it's going to count, right? It's going to count that you were able to impart that wisdom into their situation. Okay, is what I'm getting here. What else for Divine Feminine here? So express your Divine Feminine energy, embrace its magical intuition and its nurturing qualities in all situations. That's not easy, right? I know, trust me, especially when we're dealing with these karmic energies, especially when we're dealing with like these people that want to send these you know, negative energies towards us, you know, on top of what we're already dealing with. We got people out here using black magic and, you know, exes that are karmic, that have been, you know, abusive and things like that, but we don't focus on that, right? We forgive them. Those are the things Spirit's asking you to forgive. It doesn't mean that they're right and it's fair. It's not about being right or fair. It's about not giving them the power to take your goddess energy from you by holding you in unforgiveness, by holding you bound to the past, right? That's the strategy, is for you to use your nurturing goddess energy to overcome those things of the past. And when you're able to do that and you can speak boldly of your experience, you impart your wisdom, you gain appreciation. You gain appreciation for your journey, for your past experience. Despite what it may be, you can find a way to appreciate it when you can, you know, understand it's all part of the plan, right? It's all the strategy that the Divine's using to help you remember how to be this goddess energy, who you are, right? Anyways, what else, Spirit? I don't know if we're going to get anything else from this deck. Hold on, let me see. Should we go to another deck here? Yeah? Okay, let's go to another deck. Okay, 1 second. I'm just going to pull a few energies from here and then we'll go from there, okay? I love you, Divine Feminine, my beautiful collective. You guys are amazing. You're definitely transforming yourself and just your, you know, those around you, your lineage, right? You're bringing in prosperity and you're stepping into your destiny. You're walking your destined path and no longer bound to the karmic path. And it didn't happen overnight. It took small steps. But you're moving to a wonderful new home. And and that could be like a physical move, right? But what I'm getting from that, you're moving to a wonderful new home, I feel like that's energetic, right? Speaking of raising your vibration and moving to a higher realm of existence, right? A higher perception of the world around you, right? That's what this year is going to be about for us is this higher understanding of the world around you, getting the facts of reality, right? Anyways. All right, Spirit, what else do you want to talk to the Divine Collective about? Self-creation. Be the author of your own life. Yes. You, beautiful Divine Feminine, create your existence, your reality by what you're going to focus on, how you're going to perceive the reality around you. So this year is going to be a year about self-creation and us being empowered and learn. You know, I feel like a lot of us have gained the tools, the strategy on how to create what we want to create. But now I feel like this is a year of implementing the tools, implementing the strategy, seeing things come to fruition, right? Trust your gut feelings. Let your heart lead you to who you are. And that's why this path before now, the past that we've decluttered, was a war for your heart. Because your heart is going to guide you to your true self. Right? But if that could be stifled within you through past pain and being bound to the past and you know, being in a negative energy, right? Not being in your goddess energy, then that's going to keep you on the karmic path. So it's your goddess energy that is going to lead you to who you truly are, which is your ability to self-create, to create your own reality, to create a new reality for yourself and those around you. Not the old paradigm, not that, you know, not that same energy that you know, your elders would walk through and then hide behind closed doors and try to keep secrets about and act like, oh, everything's okay, even though the world was falling apart around them and they had really hard life from time to time, right? But anyways, you're speaking your truth, but in a loving way, and you're using it in a way of wisdom instead of a way of, you know, just trying to create fear, right? I know a lot of the elder generation from the past, they were living in the fear matrix, so they taught us about how to protect this and how, you know, that it was fear teaching. It was a fear teaching. And I'm not saying that they did that on purpose, but that's what was taught to them. We're breaking free from the fear matrix. We're not here to teach our children fear, to fear this, to fear that. We're here to prepare them, to give them a strategy to face whatever comes and not to be afraid of their life experiences, but to embrace those things and learn what they can from each and everything and use it for their highest potential. We're teaching them how to also be self-creation, to create their selves, right? At least that's what Spirit wants us to do. To teach our children not to be followers, but to stand apart, to, you know, just to stand up in their authenticity. And, you know, and with today's, the internet and all, everybody trying to, you know, look the same, act the same, want the same followers, and just all of this craziness that's already being inserted into our children each and every day through the media and social media. I mean, it's just, that's the next front of the war, right? It's always been the main front, honestly, the front lines. But you don't win that. It's not something that you're going to have to go out and raw, you know, stand in the world and just like the masculine energy, go and fight a physical war. This war starts within the family, Divine Feminine. It starts within your ability to speak boldly and truthfully, your ability to encourage your children, right? To prepare them to face the world, right? The way the world is, and then to create a different world, a world that's more in alignment with self-creation, with nurturing qualities, with being authentic, with standing out, right? You know, we should teach our children to feel special for standing apart, right? For not being like the rest all the time, like for being unique. You know, I think that aspect of ourselves and the generations to come, that unique aspect of each and every one of us is what's gonna, I think, coming in the coming ages, that's gonna be more sought after than it is now. Right now, everybody wants to look the same, dress the same, talk the same, everything the same, right? But that's that energy of competition when it comes down to it. When you're unique, authentic self, and you're proud of it, and you're not afraid to just shine who you are, and be an enigmatic in the world, right? Be an enigma in this world. When you're not afraid of those things, then you truly are creating your own reality, right? You're not following along. You're creating your part of the world. You're inserting your own personal, unique energy, your authentic energy into creation. I think in the coming days, that's going to be more sought after than, trying to keep up with the Joneses per se, right? Let's see what else we got going for Divine Feminines. And I know children keep coming up a lot as I'm like talking, but I guess, because that's what's important to you, Divine Feminine, right? Your children and your children's children, and those that you can love and nurture and insert wisdom into, right? Like, it's all about the children and the generations to come, and what we can build within those children, right? Because really, they're the ones who change the world. They really, truly are. So that's why that's like the war front, right? It starts with the children, because the positive energy and the negative energy both have an opportunity to create this new world. That's why the negative energy is so targeting the children at this time through media and creating this fear matrix around them, so that they will believe that is the reality. But it's our job as their parents, as their aunts, as their loved ones to stand in the gap and through our example, through our truth, through those things, we insert the truth of the positive energy. We teach them how to show up in this world, how to show up in this world, but to be in the same energy of the goddess, right? That magical, intuitive, nurturing energy. And you have access to those children more than the world, really, right? You get to see them each and every day. So it's about us taking our power back as the generals of our families, as the generals of the generation to come, because the generations to come are the world changers. Our part of it at this point has to do with what we're going to instill in these children. Okay? Anyways, what else do you want to... Okay, that's a lot, Spirit. Yeah, courage, closure. Okay. Yeah, it's time to close down the old way of being in the world, the old way of walking in the fear matrix, of teaching our children from a place of fear, right? Instead of prepping them to be afraid and to face a big bad world, we should prep them to reach for the stars, to be kind and generous to one another, to understand and forgive each other easily. That's not easy. My little grandbaby, I've been teaching her a little bit about, what I call heart magic, right? I told her that she has heart magic, and that everybody has heart magic, and, I was teaching her that how we tap into our heart magic is through kindness and forgiveness and generosity to one another, and that it's God. Well, she came home from school the other day and she was a little upset, and she was telling me that her friends at school said that magic wasn't real and that God was stupid and that there's no such thing as heart magic, and it really broke my heart for her because I just know, like, she's so sweet and sensitive. But at the same time, it gave me an opportunity to explain to her, well, baby, that might be, because they don't know, and that's why you gotta, you still be the example. You teach them what heart magic is. I told her, I said, if they don't know what heart magic is, then that's a chance for you to be their teacher, and you show them what that is, right? You continue to just be kind, and if they disagree, that's okay. You go another direction. I told her, you don't play with those kids. If they're being mean and things like that, there's going to be kids who aren't going to be mean. There's going to be children who are going to want to know about your heart magic, right? So, I don't know. We want to protect our kids. We don't want them to ever have to face stuff like that, right? But really, it just made me the saddest for those children who, aren't open enough to dream and pray and hope for heart magic to actually be real, right? For magic to be real, right? It's like, I feel like those children are the children who are being taught, or not consciously. I mean, I'm not saying their parents are consciously doing it. It's a subconscious thing. It's a generational thing, right? But it's like preparing them for a fearful world instead of a magical world. And I want to prepare mine for a magical world because we live in a magical world. We live in a world of positive and negative energy. and you are the self-creator, so you are the creator. You are the goddess. Each one of us, when we know that power lies within us, then we can move through the positive and negative energy in a powerful way, instead of being like the ship on the sea just being thrown about by the energy, right? There's a difference, right? When you're in the fear matrix, you're just that boat on the sea that's being thrown around, thinking you don't have power over the energy. But when you see the world as a magical place that's created just for you to exist in, right? That empowers you, and you have power over the negative and the positive energy, right? You have power over sunny days. You have a strategy, a game plan. You have a power over how far to the pit of despair you're gonna let yourself be, right? You have the power, and that's what I think we should be teaching our children, is that the power lies within them and not the experience or the waves that are going to come across their path on their lifetime, right? We got to teach them how to ride the waves, the waves of life, the waves of the path, and not allow them to be afraid or to stay in this negative energy. That, I don't know, y'all. That's what I'm getting. But anyways, what else, Spirit? That's too many. Okay, we'll go to this deck in a minute. Look, but look what did fall. Good luck, dreams, and forgiveness. Yes. This is what we're here to do and be. It all comes down to forgiveness, collective. That's true power. The power to forgive. The power to shift your focus, to focus on the happy days, not the negative things. To not be in the fear matrix, okay? I grew up in a fear matrix. I grew up in half-truths of the world around me, and thank goodness to Spirit. Nobody prepared me, but Spirit has been preparing me, right? And I'm very grateful to my spiritual team, to the divine, to my soul tribe, and even the ones that I've had to go through this path that I'm going to have to forgive along the way. I'm grateful for them and the spiritual lessons, because those points along my pathway, that has required me to have to dig deep to forgive, okay, to continue to be in the goddess energy and love. Those things have been necessary for me to come out of the illusion of what I thought the world was, that fear matrix that I used to walk in, But so Divine Feminine Spirit saying continue to focus on your dreams, because that's where your good luck's coming in. Whatever your dreams may be, that's you're manifesting good luck around your dreams. Okay. Let's see what else. What else do you want to say to my beautiful collective? Innocence. Yes, take time to play. Nurture your inner child and your children. Let them be innocent, right? Live with a childlike sense of wonder. Allow your children to stay in that childlike sense of wonder. Let them be unique. If they want to go to school with freaking a red sock and a green sock and a underwear on their head as a hat, let them. You know what I'm saying? Why not? Why not? Let them be who they want to be, and you be who you want to be, Divine Feminine, because that's like it says in the Bible, we have to enter as a little child, that innocence of a little child, and that's that uniqueness of you, right? The innocence of you is that uniqueness of you, that essence of the divine spark that is you, right? Before you got pushed into the world and the world tried to mold you and shape you to its matrix, right? To its way, its so-called old way of being, like the illusion, right? Your innocence, your wonderment is the truth. Not when you're trying to mold yourself, shape yourself into a world. Like when you're a child, before, remember who you were as a child, that little part of yourself who used to dream of the world, and the world was a great big place, and there were no limits, and you were thinking, when I grow up, I'm going to do this. When I grow up, I'm going to do that. Get back into that energy of realizing you don't have the world figured out. The world is a magical place. Okay? Dream big again, like you do when you were that child, before you knew, or so-called thought you knew, what the world was and what it was about, and before you started being limited by the world that you perceive as an adult, right? Because the world is magical, but if you get yourself stuck in the matrix perception, then you're going to be in the matrix, right? But if you let yourself dream and be that innocent essence of self, where you're in that energy of wonderment, the world is magical. So what kind of magic is out there for me? I can't, that kind of energy. Teach yourself how to be in this energy, Divine Feminine, and allow your children to stay in that energy. Okay? Because we do live in a beautiful, magical world. A world of the divine. A world, that is here for our benefit of self-creation, okay? A world that's made uniquely for you, each one of us. This world was made just for you, baby. Okay? It really is. It's made for you, it's made for me, but it's made special for each one of us. So allow it to be special for you. Okay? Yeah, you've already overcome your past lives, right? That's how you do this. You let go of the past lives, your past experiences from this lifetime and others. It says release your past life lessons and release your past life karma. You are an old soul with deep wisdom. Healing your past lives will raise your vibration. Okay, that's what that says. So decluttering the past, that's what I was getting a while ago, right? So allow yourself to declutter the past, which is what you've been doing. But as you do that, you free your lineage, Divine Feminine. As you free yourself from your past lives, you're freeing your whole lineage. Okay, you're freeing your children from those same karmic patterns. Okay, they may go through them just like you did, but they won't make those same mistakes because you have already gained the wisdom and you can impart the wisdom. Some of them may have to go through it, right, and learn the stubborn way, but they have the answers where in the past you didn't have those answers. You had to go through it, the hardest part of it, to gain the answer, right? Now you know how to help your children apply the answer, apply the wisdom to the situation that maybe you didn't have the answers to in the past until you went through the situation. Do you know what I'm trying? Does that make sense, right? Anything else, Divine Feminines? For Divine Feminines, anything else? Okay, we're about to close this out, Divine Feminine. I love y'all. This is beautiful. You're walking into your destiny. Let's talk about destiny real quick. Can you give me something on destiny? Gentleness. Be kind. Your heart magic is your destiny. When I was telling my granddaughter, it's about your heart magic, okay? It says, be kind to yourself and others. Honor your gentleness. Speak words of love. That's your destiny, Divine Feminine, okay? Applying that heart magic, that wisdom, that goddess energy to yourself, allowing yourself to have that gentleness for self despite your past experiences, because truly there's no mistakes, there's only opportunities to learn, right? Applying that energy to yourself, and then teaching your children how to embrace their own heart magic, okay? I call it heart magic. That's just something me and my grandbaby call it, but you know what I mean, right? It's that kindness, that energy of forgiveness, that energy of nurturing. That's what's bringing in your good luck. And that's what's got you in your destined path. And that's what's transforming your prosperity. Even if you're struggling right now financially, or you know, still struggling when it comes to relationships with your children, for example. It's moving towards prosperity. Spirit wants you to believe that even if you can't see it right now, continue to be in this energy of happy days, optimism, and know and trust in the transformation that's taking place. You know, you've been planting the seed. This prosperity tree has to grow, right? You could be in the phase where you're just planting the seeds, or you could have already planted the seed and you're not seeing it grow yet. It's just about to break above the ground. Or it could be a full tree for some of y'all right now. You know, we're at different timelines. But the point is to stay focused on the optimism, and know that seed has already been planted. Know that you've done what you've needed to do, and now it's all about just being patient and watering the seed. And how you water it is by staying hopeful and optimistic and kind and gentle to yourself, to others. Continue to heal and just be an example, right? Because it is going to bear fruit. This tree of yours is going to bear fruit, no matter if it's a seedling or it's already growing. You know, it's meant to bear fruit, and so it's going to. Okay, and the way that you water this tree is through this energy of gentleness, of your heart magic. That's how you're going to water the tree and bear the ripest fruit, I'm hearing. Okay. Oh my goodness, look, we got rebirth on the bottom. Reinvent yourself. Give life to your dreams. Create a new reality. That's that self-creation. You are the author of your own life. So that's what Spirit wants us focusing on. As this seed grows, and what I'm getting, this is in regards to our children and the lineage, and you know, our motives for stepping up and you know, doing better, right? Knowing better so we can do better, right? So that's been all about, yes, about yourself, but it's about your babies and your lineage, right? That's been the focus here in the past. And that seed's been planted. It is in the process of transformation. So trust in that. But moving forward, as this seed is germinating, right, as it's getting ready to grow that tree, it's time to plant a new seed, a new tree. And that tree has to do with your rebirth and the possibilities for yourself moving forward, right? So what about this? They want us to focus on self-creation, okay, moving forward. So after we've decluttered the past lives, it's about focusing on our dreams, our luck, believing in our magic, I'm hearing, okay? Ooh. Yeah, freedom, Divine Feminine. It's about letting yourself be free. And you got your free over here. Live wild and free. Choose your freedom. Claim your independence. That's what they want us focusing on for self right now. Being wild and free. Yeah, and then you got sanctuary and knowing you're protected. Okay? Take time out from the world. Spend more time alone. Meditate or go on a retreat. It's about focusing on you, Divine Feminine. Okay? You've planted the necessary seeds for those around you, and you're going to continue to speak your truth. You're going to continue to be an example, and you know, You've written out the strategy for yourself and the children that are coming after you. You've already got the game plan. Okay? It's being implemented. So now you can take a rest and turn the energy towards you, okay? Towards your freedom and your peace right now. And don't feel guilty about needing to, have go within your sanctuary, whether it's you got a she shed, okay, or it's going on a trip, or leaving the kids at home and going out to dinner by yourself, whatever it may be. Don't feel guilty about those things. Allow yourself the freedom to do that, because that's for you to nurture you. And you, in order to nurture others, Divine Feminine, you have to be nurtured yourself, right? You've been going through a rebirth, and we all know birth is hard, right? Okay, so you need a break, you need rest, you need to be able to have an ability to focus on yourself through the breaths of pushing, okay? So you're in this phase of reinventing yourself, and you need the space and the time to be able to do that. Whether it's just a few minutes a day where you kind of go, to a quiet place for yourself, right? You got to remind yourself to do that for self, okay? Is what I'm getting. But what is this prosperity bringing in for the Divine Feminine? New beginnings. Ace of Pentacles. New beginnings, new careers, new perceptions, new relationships, just newness. Okay? Newness. New life, new perception. A new world. You're moving to a whole wonderful new home within the year. And that doesn't have to be a physical home. That could be a new home in your heart, a new home in your mind, a new home spiritually, right? That's the Ace of Pentacles here. And it has to do with your ability to release the past heartache, right? You got to first release the past that's been heartbreaking, that's been hard, that's had you cowering in a corner at times. You gotta know how to let that go in order to make room for the newness. Okay? Yeah, some of y'all have had to let go of the traditional way of things. Okay? What I was channeling earlier, the tradition of our parents, where, you go through stuff, but you hide behind closed doors and you don't talk about it. You don't let people know you're human and that your life isn't completely perfect. Nobody's is, but everybody wants to pretend. And the more that people are pretending like things are perfect, and they're letting their ego and pride stop them from speaking their experience and passing that wisdom on, because they might be embarrassed of how others look at them, or, whatever it may be. The more that was going on, it was a detriment to the generation that was coming after. So we're breaking from tradition, Divine Feminine. We're speaking about our heartbreak. We're speaking about what we've gone through. We're letting our children see and know that we're human too. We're human. We're not perfect, but we love you. And we will do our best to stand in the gap for you and give you whatever wisdom and knowledge and nurturing and love that you need. But we can't do the work for you. You got to do the work for yourself, just like we've had to do the work. We're being real with our kids. And we're preparing them, and we're teaching them how to create through joy and truth, through the goddess energy. And that's exactly what we should be doing, okay? We're being, 10 of Cups. We're not holding back emotional truth. We're using our emotional truth to stand in the gap, to protect, right? We embrace the 10 of Cups. That's unconditional agape love. That's emotional truth. Whether there's heartache in that cup or bliss in that cup, it's truth, right? There's some of these cups might have heartache in them. Some of them will have bliss. Some of them will have uncertainty. But that's the truth of life and the truth of the matter, right? So when each one of these cups gets poured out for our children, right? We know how to stand there and be in the truth and the wisdom. We know how to stand in the gap and not coddle them, not, lie to them or make them think that, the world's a fearful place. But we encourage them and tell them that what you're going through is normal. And it's okay to speak up about it. It's okay to feel it. It's okay to feel how you feel. as you go through certain things. You don't have to pretend that, it's this way or that way. You're not alone. Everyone goes through things like this. You don't have to be embarrassed or ashamed of the things you're experiencing. This, you're allowed to go through your experiences, and this is how I went through it. This is what I learned. This is what, and some of them may take that wisdom in the moment and apply it, and some may just kind of store your wisdom away and have to see that, oh yeah, mama was right later, once they've had their own experience. But that's okay. We can release them to the Most High, to the divine, and know that everything's going to be okay. And that's why we're able to have freedom and focus on ourselves too. We don't have to control these experiences. We're meant to sympathize with them. Sympathize, empathize, right? Impart our wisdom and our truth of the experiences. But we don't control and try to avoid. That's not in our control. That's up to the divine and the path that each one of us and each child coming after us needs to walk. It's completely up to their divine selves and the divine. Anyways. But yeah, I love you guys. I'm going to come back later and do a relationship reading for the collective. So take what you can and leave the rest from this, you guys. I hope you got some kind of encouragement from this. I know I did. So thanks for letting me tap in, beautiful collective. Please like, share, or subscribe. And thank you so very much for your support. And thanks for the work you're doing for our babies. Thank you for showing up, Divine Feminine. Thank you. Because even if you don't know that it's changing the world, it really truly is. Even if you can't see the seed because it's still under the ground, just know that seed is there and it's thriving and it's gonna bear fruit. Okay, so thank you for being a seed planter. Is what Spirit wants me to tell you. I love you. Bye, guys.